All right, so we're working from inside the closed guard. Earlier in the week, I'll widen my legs so I don't break Derek's guard yet. We talked about breaking open the closed guard and then going into a knee slice and a back step. A pass that I do a ton. Today we're going to talk about a similar pass, similar setup. We're going to get that underhook and we're going to knee slice through on that side. So I still want to review the guard break because I think it's so important. And when I watch you guys roll, I see a lot of guys and gals trying to rush this and missing the angles. The stronger someone's legs are, of course, the harder it's going to be. I have unusually strong legs from all my years distance running. It's super hard to break my guard open. But if someone knows how to do it correctly, they're going to be able to do it in 30 seconds or so. So our hand is floating. We're splitting the hips down the middle like we talked about before. We've come in. One of the things I'm seeing a lot of people really miss is people are trying to push from here. Depending on your strength and size level, you might still be able to open somebody's guard, especially if you've got your cap back and everything. I can probably get Derek's open to some extent, but you're not using the most efficient way. So when I get in here, I want to create space here. So I want to take this and wedge it open. If you're having trouble doing that, squeeze tight, right? That's tough for me. I'm going to kind of lean in here, get this set up, and I'm going to use my weight to get it wider here. And then I'm just going to hold it. I'm putting pressure into my back, so that's going into his ankles. And then this almost 45-degree angle here, I'm going to push that down. As soon as I feel him break open, I'm going to drop my forearm and elbow down to his hip, because what I don't want to happen is him to bring this in front. He brings that in front, and now we're back into an open guard again, which I don't want. I did all that work to open. So we come in, split. I know it's going to split, so I'm coming forward. I'm pinning his leg. My ear comes down. My head's here. Now I test to see if he can move around at all. We talked about this Monday and Tuesday. Size matters here. If Natasha does this to me, is able to break my guard open, she's light enough, I can lift her here. So for her, it's got to be a priority to get over right away. I'm 185 pounds, so for me, I can probably push down here and get over this pretty quickly. It's going to need to be less of a priority for me. Do it and make sure you're working both sides. Different people, for whatever reason, based on how their legs lock, where their strength is, there's times where I'm here, I can't get it. I switch to this side and it pops right open. So you need to be able to do this on both sides, and you want to be effective at passing on both sides. There's some things I'll tell you, like say your guillotine, I'm a supporter of getting really good on one side and, maybe occasionally doing the other. But guard passing, you should be able to pass the guard to both sides and be able to switch, because there's other passes where someone's going to totally shut you down and you need to switch to another side. So let's work these breaks both sides. So what it'll look like is we'll come here to drill, my hand will float, wedge, break, come down. Derek will move around a little bit, okay? He'll come back. This side, wedge, break, let him move around a little bit, okay? Switch top and bottom. That makes sense to everybody? I know this is a ton of review. I know this is what we did Monday and Tuesday too, but it's super important, even though it's really basic. Any questions? All right, let's run it. Once we break the guard, we need to start to initiate a pass. The first thing we're going to do is pass the knee over. We talked about earlier in the week, a back step pass is what I'll do if I am unable to get the underhook. My preference is that I get the underhook. I'm going to go over two different passes for the knee slice when we get the underhook. One of the things in Mark's class the other day at 9 a.m., somebody without the underhook was trying to crisscross their legs over, which leaves you wide open for a butterfly sweep if you don't have that underhook. If you have the underhook and you've pinned that shoulder, you can do it, so we'll talk about that too. But first, this one. So we break the guard. I wedge, I come in, I'm coming down. The first thing I've got to do is get my knee over Coach Derek's leg. So some of you guys, depending again on your size and your mobility, you'll have different ways. I want to do this pretty fast. For me, it's slightly less of a priority because I'm big enough and I'm going to be coming forward. I'm going to be able to pin people. Now, if I was doing it to someone bigger than me, it'd be more of a priority. Those of you that are smaller, you've got to be on it right away, and you've got to be trying to pin that far shoulder. That's going to be his way of trying to escape and get to some sort of half guard or even open guard, or just push you away, stand up, whatever. So I want to flare that elbow out as much as possible to give as much room as I can. I transfer my weight over to my far leg, and I go forward almost like I'm gonna fall. Right when I feel my weight starting to go, I back this knee up and slide it over. So if I was here, it's gonna look like this. And then I pin that, right? My goal here is to get this underhook. What we talked about the other day was the underhook wasn't available, so we passed over and then backstepped in order to pass. Here we're gonna talk about getting the underhook. I don't wanna get into fighting for the underhook, but we're gonna come here. I'm gonna grab his shoulder here is what I like to do. It's okay to be posted down here. There's nothing wrong with it. I just feel like for other stuff, and once I'm there, locking up either a super chill position or beginning to attack, this gets me closer to it. So from here, I've got my knee kind of in his hip. I'm gonna change that and kind of sprawl down into this. Do you feel like you can move me in any way? Right? My instep is still active though. My instep's not just in there, my toes are curled back towards me, and I'm all the way out to his knee. For me, this is as far as it goes. Those of you guys that are more flexible, that's fine. I'm dropping my weight into my far side hip. That's what's keeping him pinned. I don't have weight here, but I have body mass there, right? Now from here, I'm gonna start turning my leg and bringing this other knee through. Once that other knee's through, I'll pass the top leg first, and then I'm gonna try to pluck this arm. If I don't get it, it's okay, but if it's available, I always prefer that. If I can get this up, I'm still leaving that leg there, then I'm gonna baseball slide through, put all my weight on him, come hand to the ear into this super chill position. Pretty bad, right? Mm-hmm. Break the guard, come down, pass it. I've already got the underhook, right? I'm gonna sprawl into this hip. Now that I'm into the hip, do you feel like you can move at all? No. It's pretty stuck, right? I start turning that, and I lift this knee up in order to make room. My foot is down on the ground here. Slide that through, and now my right leg, bottom leg in this case, my toes are into his instep. You feel like you can go anywhere? No. Pretty stuck, right? And he may put his hand here to try to block this hip or even this knee. Either one, that's awesome. Helps me to slide through, come in. I've got my super chill position. Do it next at speed. That's what it would look like. Anyone have any questions on this? And my toes are pulled back here. Then on the next time when I switch it, it's the other leg. So when we're here originally, I'm like this, but I'm pulling with my toes. If I were to just have my leg here, he could bring his leg in and take me into a half guard or start recomposing. If he tries to do it here, it's not gonna happen. Once I turn this hip and bring it through, see how my leg slid down? This one's here, and now I'm on here. There's no way, there's nothing he can do now. He's not gonna get his leg all the way up here. But keeping those toes active is important. I always wanna take away his ability to move, which is why I'm keeping this foot here. It doesn't matter if he comes out here, I'm already in side control. I like to keep it so I can hunt this arm and then come through and come up. So we start out with it here, and then from here, depending if you needed to, you could create space here and put your toes to the ground and physically put weight on them, but you should just need to turn to come through this way. Anybody else? Questions? Yeah, my weight almost throughout this entire thing until I pass through is in my hips. I'm not really driving weight here. If he starts trying to sit up at any point, like if I get, let me get the underhook. If I get here, if he's on his side or something, right, this can happen. I'll push him flat before I continue the pass. I'll come here. Now, do you feel like you can move at all?
No.
Knee slice through. Boom. Take it. Lifting your hips up a bunch when you go to pass, that's the same reason that I don't start with this leg. So I don't want to give a bunch of space between my body and Derek's and give him opportunity to off balance me or insert limbs. So what I mean by that is we come here. Sometimes people ask, how come I don't just start passing with this leg? That's why. Because to do that, I'd have to come here, and then I've got to create space and come in, and then try to come here. I'm not saying you can't ever do it, but it creates a bunch of opportunity for this leg to come in. So when I'm here and doing this, bring this leg in, right? Now I'm getting hook swept that way. So some of you guys are getting to here and you're doing this and coming up. When you do that, he's got the opportunity to bring the other leg that's currently not in play right into the middle. Right? I don't want that to happen. Go back. So when I'm here, I turn this hip. There's no opportunity for that. He also can't kick into a half guard because I've got my toes here on the mat. I switch them, and then I come through. The other option I do have, though, is because I've got this underhook, I can crisscross my legs here. So from here now, I'm going to put weight forward on Derek, not what we were doing before. I'm going to come over his head. I'm going to cross my legs. I'll flip around and show this in a second. First, I'm going to take my bottom leg out. Now, I'm going to straighten this and bring it back to his knee. Can you recompose at any point? No, no way. If I come in here, you feel like you have any opportunity to put a hook in? No, no. Right? One foot, then the other. Let's turn 180 degrees. So I've got the underhook, I'm driving him flat. I come over, my right leg in this case crosses over. The ankles are crossed now. My left leg passes. Now my right leg right into that hip so he can't recompose. We talked about earlier in the week when we were doing the back step pass and somebody in Mark's class was modifying the technique and doing this. Here, he absolutely can get this hook in, right? And now, as I go to back step, I'm going for a ride. So I don't do it from there, right? We're showing you things for specific reasons. If you have a question and want to know, hey, can I do this here? Ask before you just start drilling it so you're not drilling techniques that are going to get you swept. When we're here and have the underhook though, I can stay flat like this. I'm not opening up and blading my body. There's no opportunity for him there, right? Here, maybe, yeah, you could put this leg, go on the other side. Yeah, he could do that for a second. It's not going to last very long, though, right? So that's a pass that I like a lot. If I have that underhook, is crisscrossing my legs and doing that. Very similar, but you have to have the underhook. If you don't have the underhook and you open your body, someone's going to put a hook in right away. Mark, you've got flexible hips. Let me do it with you. Watch how easily Mark will be able to put this hook in here. So boom, we come to here, I'm passing, I crisscross my legs and go to turn. Look how easy that goes in. And even if, I'm gonna try to stay super low and do it. I'm getting swept, right? So if you don't have the underhook and you're in that back step position, you can't do it. I mean, you can, you're gonna get swept by somebody that's good. If you have the underhook and you can stay low, then you can do the crisscross and replace the knee, which is something I like. I also like having underhooks. I don't like to pass without underhooks. Even when I'm passing closed guard a lot of times, before I break, sometimes you'll feel me do a pass where I stack up with an underhook and then pass over to break open the legs from half guard. I want to get the underhook first. For me, if I feel like if someone's guard is open and I'm able to get to an underhook, most of the time I'm getting the pass there. That's when I start leg weaving, pummeling, doing that stuff. Any questions on any of this? Everybody's good on it? All right, let's run it.